What's up, everyone? It's Brittney Marie, your favorite girl from around the corner. All right, you guys, I'm so mad. Like, I just literally made half that story time and it didn't even save. Irritated. Okay, so as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about my childbirth experiences and my husband and how we met and everything. So get your tea and your popcorn and your juice and your snacks and your covers and your pillows and your tissues, because Priscilla is on her way, and so I'm super emotional. Okay, I'm cramping, so if I cry, it's because of just everything. Okay, so I met Dior when I was 24 years old. I was living in a small town at that time. I had my own apartment. Like, I was working. I was just living life, okay? And I met him on POF, which is Plenty of Fish. We met for the first time at a movie theater. And just from that day, like the next day, I invited him over. And literally from that day forward, we were together all the time. So about a month later is when we had sex for the first time. And I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, we were just doing it like rabbits, okay? And we were using protection, but I kid you not, I know that a lot of people make excuses. Oh, this is that, da 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 da. Literally, when we used, the first time we used a condom, it broke. And yeah, I want to say that's the first time that he was like, "You're pregnant." And I'm pretty sure that was the first time that I got pregnant, okay? So after that, we tried to use the condom again and it broke. Like, every time we tried to use condoms, they would break. And I would buy the condoms, he would buy the condoms. And so, because I know a lot of people are like, somebody's poking a hole. No. I would buy condoms and they would break. And then I'd be like, okay, well, you just go buy the condom. You know what I mean? You go buy the condom. Like, I don't want to go into the store and buy the condom, okay? So he would buy the condom, put them on, and it would break. So it wasn't like we were trying to set each other up or anything like that. The condoms would just break every time. So he was like, one day he was like, "You're pregnant. Like, you're pregnant." And I was like, "Don't say that. Like, no, I'm still young. Like, I'm not ready for a kid yet. Like, we just got together, boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, no." So November comes and I miss my period. And, well, first of all, my period for October was like super light, which is not normal for me. Like, I'm usually one that bleeds really heavy. And so I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, literally, I could have used a panty liner. Like, it was, and I usually use, I know TMI, but I usually have to use like the big overnight pads, like the super plus overnight pads. And I usually have to use like 2 or 3 of them. I could literally use a panty liner. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? This is not, and it, like, the whole, like, I probably only lasted like 2 days, and usually my period is 4 to 5 days. And so I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And so after that, I was like, I'm gonna get a pregnancy test, because that's not normal. It came back negative. So fast forward to November, because I was just assuming like, okay, I'm not pregnant, then like something is wrong. Like, maybe like something just threw off my period or whatever. So November comes around and my November period, like, I missed my November period completely. And I'm like, after like the 3rd day, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a test. It came back negative. So I was like, I don't know what the freak is going on at this point. Like, what the heck? It's like a week late at this point. A week and a half late at this point. And I'm like, I'm ready to take a test. Like, we need to take a test, blah, blah, blah. I take the test, it's negative, so I just put it down somewhere and go on about my day. I come home and I happen to just pick up the test, and now it's like a faint positive line on it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is this normal? Do I even care about it? Did I wait long enough? Like, and so I'm showing him, and he's like, it's too old now, like blah blah blah, it's probably just like a malfunction of the test or whatever. So we decide that night that we're going to go to Walmart and get a test or whatever. And so we go get a test, and then we go to eat or whatever. And I think I had took a test at, like, I think we went to Burger King. So I went to take the test in the bathroom, and it malfunctioned, like it didn't work. And I was like, I don't know what is wrong or whatever. And he was like, well, just wait till the morning, because that's when they say like you'll get the right result. You guys, I could not. Like, when we got home, I was like, I need to take this test. Like, I just need to take it. Like, I just need to take the test. And so I remember going in the bathroom, and I just sat there, and I peed in the cup, and I put the thing in there for 3 seconds, and then set it down. I remember sitting it out and just like, what if I'm pregnant? And I'm like praying, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And literally, like, as soon as like the pee got on the stick and I sat it down and looked at it, it was positive, like clear positive. And I was like, I honestly thought that I was gonna like be sad or whatever, but literally, like, I was so happy. Like, I don't know, like my heart, like, I don't know. It's like my soul literally was just like screaming. Like, I was just so happy. So I called Dior in the room, and I was like, it's positive, it's positive. And he's like, girl, I told you were pregnant. Like, I already knew that. And I was like, I honestly did not know what to say. So I called my mom and told her, and we like told our family or whatever. And so everything was fine. Like, I was very, very sick in the beginning. Well, I was sick the whole time. I had HG, which is like hyperemesis gravidae, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Basically, I threw up the entire pregnancy every day, all day. I was just throwing up. Okay. And I remember, like, there were times that I would just like throw up and then like lay down and just pray, like, as long as she's healthy, like, I'll be sick. Like, it's okay. As long as she's healthy, like, I'll be sick. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And I would just tell myself that, like, I'm sick because she's healthy. Like, I'm throwing up because she's healthy. It's okay. It's okay. And so, like, every time I go to the doctor or something, like, I would literally be throwing up in the doctor's office, and they'd be like, oh my goodness, you poor girl. Like, and they'd be giving me like a bunch of medicine, and like it would help for like a couple days, and then just wouldn't work anymore. So we were going in to find out what we were having. And I know that a lot of people have like gender reveals, but we were just kind of so excited at this point, like, we're not waiting. So we get in the doctor, we're like driving to the doctor's office, and we're like making bets in the car, like, no, $100 it's a girl, nah, $100 it's a boy. So he of course said it was a boy, and I said it was a girl. And so we get in there, and she's doing the ultrasound, and I'm so nervous at this point. And like, she gets to her private area, and you guys, I thought it was a penis. Like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and she's like, do you see what it is? And I'm like, that's a penis. And she's like, no, it's a girl. You guys, literally my heart, like, I was so happy. I was just so happy. And like, I thought the girl was gonna be upset and sad, but like, he was smiling and happy. And so I called my mom, and I was like, it's a girl. And she started laughing, and she was really happy. And so when I was 37 weeks, I went to my doctor's appointment, and I was still throwing up in the doctor's office. And she was like, we're gonna see if she's growing, and if she's growing good, we'll try to make it to 40 weeks. If she's not growing because you're so sick, like, we're just gonna induce you. So they came back, and she was not growing properly. So they decided they were just gonna induce me on Sunday, which would make me 38 weeks. So we go home, Friday and Saturday go by, and then Sunday we are driving to the hospital, and I'm so excited because I'm finally gonna have this baby out of me. I'm finally gonna be able to hold her. You guys, this whole time, like every time I'm in the car, I'm listening to Daddy Lessons by Beyonce or Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder, and I'm crying and rubbing my belly and like talking to her and everything. And so I'm just so excited, okay? So we get to the hospital, like they hook me up and everything, and then my mom comes, his mom comes for a little bit, but then she has to leave because she has to do something. And so his sister comes, Tia, which is my sister-in-law, obviously. She comes up there and she stays, and my mom stays the entire time. And then they're supposed to induce me on Sunday, and she was supposed to come Monday, but she did not want to come Monday. So they started Pitocin. They started the pill form, and they would just put it in my vagina. And because when I went in, I was only a centimeter dilated, and so they did the Pitocin pill, and they did that for a day, and I only went to 3 centimeters. So they were gonna start the IV Pitocin at 12 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And so they were like, you can either get your epidural, because once we start the IV Pitocin, things are gonna go super quick, or you can get the epidural after, when it starts getting really bad. At this point, I was already having mild contractions, and I was like, I'm not about this. And I'm a person that really can take pain, a lot of it. Baby, them labor pains ain't no joke, okay? So I was like, She came in at 12 a.m. on Tuesday morning and was like, what do you want to do? Do you know what you want to do? Well, she comes in like 11, I think, like 11, 11:30. I think 11. 10:30, 11, she comes in and is like, you know what you want to do? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do the epidural first. And so we start the epidural, get the epidural, and then an hour or so later, they come in and do the Pitocin, and things start to move quickly, okay? By, I want to say like 12:45, she breaks my water, and I'm like sitting there and I'm talking. By this time, my mom had left and come back. She had to go pick my sisters up. So at this time, me, Dior, Tia, his sister, and then his sister Tia, and then my 2 sisters and my mom are in the room. And I just feel something drop inside me. And I'm like, Mom, I just felt something drop. And she was like, it's okay, it's not her, like it's fine, blah, blah. I'm like, no, Mom, I felt something drop. She's like, well, the doctor will look, it's nothing, you just calm down, it's nothing, blah, blah. So the doctor comes back in, because at this point, like, they're preparing at this point for the baby's arrival, like they're just getting everything set up. And so I tell her I felt something drop down there, and she's like, you felt something drop? And I was like, yes, something dropped. And she was like, okay, well, let's check it out. And so she lays me back, and what do you know? Baby is ready to go, okay? She's like, oh yeah, she's right there. So let's get started. And so they just start bringing everything in. They're asking me if I want to see her come out, because they have like a little mirror. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And so they put the mirror up. The nurse is holding one leg and Dior's holding the other. And they just tell me to push. And so I'm pushing and I'm looking, and I see her head, like, and I'm just so, like, literally, you guys, it is the weirdest, most beautiful thing that you will ever witness in your life. Like, honestly, I was amazed. I was like, there was so many emotions going through me. And so I'm pushing, and I pushed literally like 4 or 5 times, maybe 4 times, 3 or 4 times, I'll say. Like, it was quick. I'm pushing, and my mom, I can hear my mom, and she's like, you got it, baby, it's okay, you could do it, you could do it. And so I'm looking, and Dior's holding my leg, and he's looking, and like, everybody's just looking at my vagina at this point. except for one of my sisters. She's like, okay? And so I'm just looking at her head like slowly come out of me, okay? And the head comes out and they unwrap the cord from around her neck or whatever, which it wasn't like choking her or anything, but sometimes the cord will go around their neck when they are coming out. So they took the cord off around her neck, and then I push like one more time and she comes out fully. And she does not cry. She's just looking. She's breathing. She's just looking around. Open her eyes and she's just looking, and they lay her on me and I'm just holding her and I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, you always feel like you're gonna cry when you see your kid for the first time. There was just so many emotions. Like, I could not cry. All I could do was kiss her with all that stuff on her. I know y'all like, ugh, yuck mouth, but it was mine. Like, it came out of me. So like, I could just do is kiss her and tell her I love her. And I was just, you guys, like, it was the most magical thing that I've ever experienced in my life. Like, nothing will ever compare to having my kids. Nothing. Except for God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost, okay? So I deliver her, and she's just tiny. She was 5 pounds 14 ounces, and she was just so little, like, and she had the pinkest lips. Like, her lips were so pink. And I just remember holding her and just, I don't know, like, it was surreal. Like, it was so surreal. So they're cleaning everything up, and I'm kind of worried because I want to make sure I'm not like hemorrhaging, because my mom said she hemorrhaged in one of her pregnancies. So now I'm scared. I'm like, everything okay? It's a decent amount of blood. And she's like, yeah, everything's fine. You're good. You're good. You didn't tear nothing. You're good. Excuse me. So that was my first delivery story.